Well, I've been asked my opinion on Ireland and Dublin is seriously troubling, mate. No background checks on the people entering the country. Would love your thoughts. Well, it's not just Ireland and Dublin, mate. You know, it's all over the UK. The UK is being saturated with men who have got no identification, are getting no criminal background checks done. They're being placed in cities where there's a lot of children and women. Within them cities, the crime rates are going through the roof towards children and women. They're getting ungrateful for the opportunities they've got by demanding more things off the benefit system. The benefit system is funded by the taxpayers within this country. It's okay if you're born and bred in this country and everyone's helping each other in the country, but when you've got other people stepping into that pot. So basically, what you've got a bucket, and in that bucket, you've got loads of people and loads of money, okay? And it's working fine. We're all born and bred here, everything's sweet. Our grandmothers emigrated here years ago for real reasons. They've landed here. The families got bigger. We're all here. You've got the taxpayers looking after the poor because we're all from this country and we're all looking after each other. Now, the taxpayers didn't really, moan or they were willing to look after our own in this country. So that big bucket with all our own people in it, with all that money getting shared out, whether you're working or on benefits, it was sharing it out between us lot. All of a sudden, you've just got millions of people thrown in the bucket who weren't born in here, who are not working just like the rest of the people on benefits. All of a sudden, them taxpayers are not just paying for their own, they're paying for all them other million people that have landed in the bucket, if you're getting what I'm saying. Now, us, people that were in the bucket before all these people that are not vetted coming into the bucket, we'd spend the money on things in this country, so that money would be recycled and continue to work in this country. Whether you were going in the shop, whether you were buying Christmas presents, whether you were doing anything with it, it was going back into the bucket in this country. What these million men or million unvetted immigrants are doing is getting their taxpayers' money off the benefit system and shipping it straight out the country. Every month, half of their money is going back to the land where they came from. Why? Because it's tripled in value and they've probably got family there. It is what it is. But what that creates is a hole in the bucket. Now, when all us in that bucket, before they kicked in, it was sustainable. The money would go round, it would go round, come back, go round, come back, come round. Now they're in there, it's going round and going out the hole in the bucket. And it won't be long before the bucket's empty. Do you understand? And when the bucket gets empty, things that we've been used to since we've been born in this country get sacrificed. NHS, schools, community centres, prison budgets, police budgets, nurse budgets, postal budgets. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's a complete mess and it's deliberate. Don't think for 1 minute that what's going on is not deliberate. Don't think for 1 minute the situation where all these people coming across in boats could not be stopped. Do you understand what I'm saying? For example, they're sending billions and billions and billions over to Ukraine. Why aren't they spending a couple of billion on new ships to prevent these boats coming across a perimeter and turning them round and sending them back? Why aren't they spending some of these billions in every city up and down the land where the teachers are not getting paid right, where the schools are not able to put heatings on, where community centres are getting shut down? Why can't they spend some of them billions on reforming prisoners that are locked off in prison? Why can't we start rehabilitating them prisoners? Do you understand what I'm saying, people? Now, this isn't me hating or being racist or being far right. This is me being neutral, observing what's going on and giving you an honest opinion. So, when you think about when they started attacking the Russians before the Ukrainian war, when they started taking all Russian oligarchs, taking all oligarchs, taking all £500 million and £1 billion out the system and keeping it, completely robbing them Russians and keeping that money. They had that money put to the side. Why didn't they reinvest it into the things that need it in this country? Why didn't they put it back into the hospitals, care homes, schools, nursery places, prison system, transport? Why didn't they use all them billions that they took off the Russians in this country and put it back into this country? Why did they decide last month to go, you know what? All that money that we took off the Russians, we'll put it to Ukraine. Now, when you're speaking about Ukraine, you need to start thinking about the bigger picture. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to realise about the biggest picture. Let me bring it back, to our homeland. Look at the families that are not being housed and have been waiting to be housed for years and years. Look at the homeless. Look at the lads and the girls developing addictions because they can't cope with the pressures of life. They've been put through traumatic experiences. Look at Ireland. Look how many people are homeless in Ireland. Look how many Irish women and men are sleeping on the streets, while these illegal immigrants who are not vetted, have got no identification, have had no criminal background check done, are being housed in some of the best hotels in the country. Is it fair? It's not, is it, people? And this isn't being far right. And ignore them groups that get paid and put on coaches to transfer into cities and scream immigration is welcome. Immigration is welcome. Immigration is welcome, but not illegal immigration of thousands of men unvetted without identification. Do you understand what I'm saying? And as I keep on reiterating, people, it's deliberate. This isn't no accident. This isn't no mistake done by any particular political movement. It's deliberate what we're seeing. They want this chaos. They want people getting disenfranchised with the United Kingdom. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Some of you won't agree, some will. In this country, we've got some beautiful places. We've got some beautiful places, and when summertime comes, these places can be considered like things abroad. You don't really need to go to abroad to enjoy good beaches and a boss nightlife. In the summertime, we have got places on the south coast and the east coast that are beautiful. Now they're not, because they're saturated with these immigration, unvetted men. We've seen some incidents where these have committed murder, gone out the country, came back, committed murder. We've seen sexual offences going through the roof. We've seen women of every age, it doesn't matter how old they are, being harassed and stalked by groups of men. We've seen born and bred individuals in their towns, in their cities, being looked down upon by people that don't belong here when you think about the facts. So, you asked for my opinion on it. I hope I give you you know, an honest opinion. Obviously, you're going to get these far-right individuals kicking in. Oh, he's far-right. Oh, he's this, he's that. No, I'm not. As I said before, I'm neutral. I'm someone sat outside the political curriculum. I'm looking in and I'm having my opinion, just like everyone on these live feeds can right now. Don't be shy to voice your opinions. As long as they're not racist or discriminating against anyone, you're fine. What I've just said was not racism. What I've just said was not discrimination. What I've just said is what the majority of the homegrown individuals in this country feel like at this present moment. So anyway, we've got Dublin Dame, very tense around Dublin, and it's all more maddening to think we are being moved around like pieces on a chessboard. I'm right. Flamingo, observing the reality, fact. Jane Evan, have I missed a lot? Oh, 20 minutes. JD saying pure fact, bro. If hotels and tourist places are full of them, it's proven it's a massive problem. And this is what's sort of doing my head in. You know, this is what's doing my head in about it all. You've got these individuals coming into this country without identification. They haven't been vetted. They haven't gone through the process. They're getting placed in all these decent accommodation blocks. They're getting one meal a day. They're getting brand new phones. The majority of individuals in this country can't get phones due to credit. These individuals that are coming in are getting phones instantly. And on the other hand, you've got people sleeping on the streets who would be very grateful for one meal a day, would be very grateful to have their bedding changed once a week, would be very grateful to be able to see a doctor